Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
September 12, 1658 America, New York. Disney announces the rest of its 2021 movies will debut exclusively in theaters. Disney announced the remainder of its 2021 films will be released exclusively in theaters before streaming on Disney+.
New York Times World News. September 12, 1656 America, New York. Your Monday briefing. The U.S. lags on vaccines. People rested after receiving their first dose of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine in Tokyo, Japan, in June. New York Times World News. September 12, 1641 America, New York. Britain cancels any plans for vaccine passports, for now. Prime Minister Boris Johnson is expected to discuss the decision on Tuesday, and also to address the likelihood of COVID booster shots soon amid renewed challenges to come this winter. Soccer fans showed their COVID vaccination cards to a security officer at a soccer match in London on Sunday.
Fox World News. September 12, 1606 America, New York. Al-Qaeda leader, believed dead, appears in video on 9/11 anniversary. Al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri appeared in a video released Saturday, the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, raising questions over his rumored death. September 12, 1605 America, New York. Orban gives Pope a loaded gift during visit to Hungary. Pope Francis urged Hungarians to be more open and considered during an open-air mass in Budapest after meeting the country's hardline Prime Minister Viktor Orban on Sunday.
World CBS News, com. September 12, 1603 America, New York. Countdown bin Laden, Obama's pursuit of the 9/11 mastermind. John Dickerson sits down with Fox News anchor Chris Wallace, author of Countdown bin Laden, to discuss the raid on the al-Qaeda leader's compound, and President Obama's decision to go forward with the Navy SEAL operation that had a high possibility of failure. World CBS News, com. September 12, 1601 America, New York. Reporter's notebook. 20 years after 9/11, the U.S. struggles to find unity. Chief Foreign Affairs Correspondent and Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan reflects on how the September 11th terror attacks illustrated the country's ability to unite and how 20 years later, the U.S. is struggling to come together.
September 12, 1548 America, New York. Maya Chaka makes history as first black woman to officiate an NFL game. Maya Chaka made history on Sunday, as she became the first black woman to officiate an NFL game.
BBC News World. September 12, 1543 America, New York. Match crowd catches falling cat in a flag. The cat used one of its 9 lives at the American football match in Miami Gardens, Florida.
New York Times World News. September 12, 1536 America, New York. A new sports star showcases the diversity of a more complex Britain. Emma Raducanu, 18, galvanized the nation with her triumph in the U.S. Open, drawing congratulations from royalty and inspiring pride in her hometown outside London. The Park Langley Club, where Emma Raducanu trained, on Sunday.
September 12, 1520 America, New York. Manchin fires back at Ocasio-Cortez's claim. Senator Joe Manchin, DWV, fired back at Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's, DNY, claim that he is beholden to big energy companies. September 12, 1503 America, New York. A company will pay someone $1,300 to watch 13 horror movies in October. A finance company will pay an individual $1,300 to watch 13 scary movies in October, in an effort to find out whether the size of a movie's budget impacts its effectiveness.
New York Times World News. September 12, 1501 America, New York. How Republican governors are responding to Biden's vaccine mandate. The officials portrayed the vaccine mandates as violations of civil liberties. Somebody shouldn't have to make the choice between keeping their job and getting a jab in the arm, said Gov.
September 12, 1500 America, New York. Fashion designer called out for cultural appropriation over its $1,190 pants. A prominent fashion designer behind a $1,190 pair of sweatpants has been lambasted by some fashion and Black history experts for what they say is cultural appropriation. September 12, 1450 America, New York. Emergency crews respond to possible explosion at Atlanta area apartment complex. An explosion was reported at an apartment complex in an Atlanta suburb Saturday. September 12. 1428 America, New York, Miley Cyrus teams up with rock icons for an epic cover. Miley Cyrus joined Metallica on The Howard Stern Show to cover the rock icons' hit as they celebrate the release of their remastered The Black Album. Fox World News. September 12. 1413 America, New York, England cancels plans for COVID-19 vaccine passports, health official. England has scrapped plans to make COVID-19 vaccine passports mandatory for nightclubs and other crowded spaces, a top health official said Sunday.
New York Times World News. September 12, 1409 America, New York. Despite COVID risks, many leaders plan to attend UN General Assembly. Unlike the annual meeting last year, conducted almost entirely virtually because of pandemic restrictions, the United Nations is expecting leaders from at least 83 countries to speak in person the 2019 General Assembly at the United Nations headquarters in Manhattan.
CNN.com World. September 12, 1353 America, New York. Iran says it will allow UN nuclear watchdog to service monitoring equipment. Iran will allow inspectors from the UN's nuclear watchdog to service nuclear monitoring equipment in the country, according to a joint statement by officials from Iran and the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA.
September 12, 1353 America, New York. Iran says it will allow UN nuclear watchdog to service monitoring equipment. Iran will allow inspectors from the UN's nuclear watchdog to service nuclear monitoring equipment in the country, according to a joint statement by officials from Iran and the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA. September 12, 1346 America, New York. Second murder hornet nest of the year eradicated and a third nest located. The second murder hornet nest of the year has been eradicated in Washington state, and the year's third nest has been located in the same area, according to a tweet from the Washington State Department of Agriculture, WSDA.
Time. September 12, 1345 America, New York. Companies are struggling to regroup after the Delta variant scuttles back to the office plans. This week was supposed to be the triumphant return to the office after 18 hard months of working remotely for many organizations around the U.S., but it's not turning out that way, as exhausted managers try to navigate questions for which there are no easy answers.